Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As you can see by the title of today's video, here to ask, can you play elite defense without a lockdown in NBA 2K26? So, this question is kind of a double-sided thing, where we're asking, can you play elite defense without good defensive ratings, as well as, can you make an impact without even being in the lockdown role, aka even being the best defender on the court, let alone the second best. So, what you're seeing on that front is all these clips of me playing corner defense, baiting and stuff, trying to contribute to my team as far as the defensive stuff goes, while I'm the worst defender on the court. You can see I'm just completely taking up space, trying to make it easier on my boys for playing defense by literally just taking up as much space as I can on the court. Now, if you guys have already seen the things nobody wants you to know on defense video and you've already seen this cut up and stuff, feel free to skip to the gameplay that we have shown pretty closely after this as well. I just wanted to give a couple of clips of showing this off-ball defense that I'm playing. But in the gameplays that we have, and they are some fire gameplays, I must say, it's going to be me actually involved in the pick and roll defense against sweaty comp guards and stuff like that, where it's me and my boy Bonnie playing the 1 and 2 as far as the importance roles on defense, and actually guarding the PNR together. And we're playing with like a center. It's actually Bonnie's brother that we're playing with. So he's going to be playing corner to corner. He's guarding their lockdown while also spotting up in the corner as well. And that naturally leaves me and Bonnie with the roles of having to guard on ball and actually guard, you know, the opposing team's center as well. So anyway, I could go on and on with these clips right here. As you can see, we're only like a third of the way into this cut up of all these jump contests and bait defense I was showing and stuff like that. But I figured I'd at least show you guys the build as well if you're new to the channel and don't know the type of defense we even have on this. And again, kind of reiterate the fact that this build is not an elite defender by any means. It's quite mediocre for my, you know, the standards of what you would consider a lockdown in this game. And as you can see, we're out here getting 100% smothered and stuff like that. And again, this is just a huge cut up of all these jump contests that I've got in this game and the bait defense and stuff. But look at this, man. I mean, it's elite. You can really do your thing. And let's go ahead and show you the ratings that we're working with on this as well. Alright, so here's the build that you're going to be seeing in the clips as well as what you're going to be seeing in the gameplay. So we have the build that has the shooting on it. It's technically called a horse right now, but that's because of the build specialization progress of hitting like the second to last one or the third to last one right here. You get the unique rebounding archetype name. So just understand, I know a lot of y'all were asking to like see the horse build. It's nothing new. It's literally just the build that I had that was like my yamming force of nature that was recreated into being a shooter. Now is called a horse. But anyway, as you can see, we only have 63 interior D, 61 steal, with 82 perim and 74 block. Now, I don't know about you, I don't think this really constitutes as a lockdown defender. I mean, I think this is still a decent defender, and it plays way better than it looks, in my opinion. I mean, against nearly any center in the game, I'd like to think it plays great interior defense, besides post scorers or people that my lack of post move lockdown and stuff like that becomes an issue. But the bronze paint patroller and the fact that it has like, I don't know, just size in general, the ability to still rebound with like, you know, the gold box out beast and the gold rebound chaser as well. I feel like this is plenty good. An ADD board also getting the job done, but it's not the best defender in the world. It's not a 99 block lock with 92 perim, 85 steal, and like 89 interior with, you know, 85 D board with 86 speed, 84 agility, and, you know, like crazy ability all across the board, right? So we're here to address, can you be an elite defender without having elite defensive attributes in 2K26? Alright, so here we are in the 3v3 Pro-Am, and I have to say, it's been really fun playing this. I mean, as you can see, we're 77-3, shooting 78% from 3 as a team, and we're playing against a 201-38 team right here that's diamond ranked in their top 67, top 70 in the world as well. And again, we're playing with Bonnie's brother Tristan, and he's going to be on a footer that's playing corner to corner. And as you can see, we got red banners, purple banners, all types of stuff like that. The guard is going to be a 6'4" with 99 three-pointer, and I mean, it's the exact type of stuff you'll see from like the elite players in this game. So him coming out here with that 99-3 fading and stuff like that off the screens, or at least trying to, but I'd like to think the style that we have right here to actually match him is going to really shut things down. So then they have a 99 perim lock as well at 6'7", and shout out to Bonnie at the B button right here instead of the X that we normally have him at, because again, Tristan's on that 7-footer. So as far as the big men on their team, 7-footer as well with 94 O board. So you got to be able to switch in this case, and me and Bonnie are going to be coming out here with the 6'8" build that he has that has like 63 vertical but still has great, you know, versatility on the defensive stuff with the 92 perim, 85 steal, and then like 82 block or something like that as well. So Tristan with the dot off rib. That's a great play by him. Also, this is the first runs that I even got with Tristan. We haven't even played together at all. Honestly, he's hardly even played the game, period, as is. And he just, Bonnie just had him set up on a footer to just be able to kind of play with him and, fit whatever role. And in this case, it's just as a corner to corner. Now, to be fair, that was open. It was wide open, and it was from like 27.5. Now, it's makeable. I am not here to dispute that was an open shot, right? So, can we, if we want to have a tally marker, we'll call that bad defense off rip, right? Now right here, Bonnie's trailing a tad bit. He's able to get back in front though, and here we are. We're back into the defensive, setup and stuff. He gets the open on the green. I mean, hey, like I said, this is against probably one of the better players that we'll play against in, the short term, future or even in the past that we've played so far. He's definitely going to be one of the top. So anyway, I'm coming at their lockdown with a 99 per rim, trying to get around, do my classic little slasher thing. Once again, we get streaked up on, and he hits the front fade. Now, we will make some adjustments here, but at the end of the day, giving up the twos right now doesn't feel that bad. We're trading twos as well as just, the opportunity to get at some threes as well that we even got off the inbound right there. But again, I'm getting to a lot of 2-point shots as well, so it's not really the end of the world if they get themselves a couple of twos as well. But anyway, into the ISO that we go right here. You can see I'm going to bait a little bit though, and now they get into the screens. So I'm up on the guard, we switch, boom, I'm on the pass back. We're up here as well. As you can see, he stays down, so we don't switch that one. Now I jump at this, Bonnie jumps at this, but the guard has over dribbled and he's a bit tired, and this is where the importance of the extra rebounder really comes in. Like Tristan being here as a big man to board up, which is typically my role. We leave this to like the double locks to guard like the PGs and stuff, but this is typically what I do, is crash off the corner and like be the third defender, if you will. But right there, definitely, just a really helpful thing to have a rebounder off the corner right there. So anyway, we're in a little bit of a scramble mode, but so are they on defense because we're in the scramble mode. So we just get to a random three-pointer right there, and that's really good ball right there, I mean, can't hate on that. So I don't have two-way, but we're still in the switch stuff. I mean, it's very helpful when I do have two-way, but you can see us boxing up a little bit. I'm getting some bumps, getting him to lose adrenaline. I'm cutting off his left to push him toward Bonnie. He gets the shot off on Bonnie, but he's there for the 28% contest. They get the O board because I'm not down there quick enough, and now they're going to try and ISO Tristan instead. Obviously, that's going to be a tough scene. If we want to add that to the list of things that we can talk about in the video of can you play defense without a good defensive build, the truth is, it's really hard to do with a build like Tristan's, where if you're a 7-footer, it's going to be a tough look to try and play perimeter defense on a footer that doesn't have great speed. Bonnie preached his kind of bad habits to Tristan and had him make a build with 40 per MD as well, and he actually has 25 currently. So yeah, not exactly a good look in terms of like when they actually attack you defensively. But either way, you can see once again we're coming back out here with the PNRD. We get that little hyper switch right there. If he wants to pull something like that, go for it, bro. I'm not bugging about that. But they actually get the ball back anyway, so doesn't even matter that we ended up getting some good stuff right there. But as you can see, come out here with the jump contest on the guard with the switch ability, get the 67% contest, even though as you can see like Bonnie had him in the corner, jumped. Well, guess what? I'm jumping too. Boom. And then Bonnie actually like leaks in for the rebound right there with the ADD board that he has on his build, but is able to grab that one. I'm out in transition, getting on the lockdown right there. This game's over for them, to be real. I mean, you can't come back from 17-6 in this game. Unless you play elite defense, but it's probably not going to happen. Now, you can see he's actually going to make a nice play right here. So, sides, really clean on my end. However, this is something that if you want to take from our, wrongdoings right here and, learn from it, this is something if you're going to play sides, you have to be on top of very heavily. So, I'm funneling my guy to Bonnie. As you can see, I'm cutting off the left. I'm playing the left side of the screen, and it pushes him back to the middle. But when you're on this end of it with where Bonnie is right here and you're taking the right, you have to be prepared for if we're doing this pre-switch is what we call it, where I'm going to take the big on the roll because I'm anticipating that I'm going to pass the guard off to Bonnie right here. When you are the guy that's being passed off to, you need to understand that when I'm going down, you have to also cover for that little zig back right here where you are now no longer the right side guy, you're up. You're up, I'm down, rather than being left right. So when you go with the pre-switch style that is trying to patch things up and not give up wide open twos every single possession, like sides would, hypothetically, or give up free box outs and slips into the rebounding position and stuff like sides would, you have to be prepared to get on stuff like this. And it was a great peak. It's what the comp guards will call it, is peaking the sides defense and stuff like that. Great peak by him right there to try and get to the three-pointer. Great play. But anyway, Coming back right here, I'm trying to ISO the lock. I get unfortunately bumped and obviously can't pass out of it or anything like that. Just the animations that we kind of deal with on 2K. And then unfortunately, 3-3 program's a little wonky with this sometimes, where it gets a little bit ugly in terms of like the camera cutscenes and stuff like that. Anyway, guard misses once again. They're just out of this game. It's pretty much over, as we've already mentioned. I'm gonna go at the lockdown a little bit right here, but we're gonna be able to move Bonnie around a tad bit as well. He's got the point guard on him, so I got no problem with trying to have him attack him as well. So hold them screens. He doesn't get the shot to go, but I actually swim around and get the O board on the big man crashing out the corner. That's pretty crazy. So then Bonnie's gonna pick up the right side here. We're back to the PNRD, and he just unfortunately runs out of bounds. So, hey, I know y'all are probably thinking like the dude's not comp, right? Because he's playing like garbage. But the truth is that like good defense can still lead people to being out of position for doing things, or also our good offense might just force them to do things that they didn't necessarily want to do or were a little bit out of position for doing as well. So anyway, let's get this one over with. We're gonna dot Tristan in the corner, and he bangs it. Boom. 22-9 right there, and we only missed 2 shots and got a couple of rebounds off the offensive boards as well. And they only score, 9 points with 7 from the guard and 3 for 8 on him with 1 for 6 in a TO, and the big man missing a 3 as well. Hey, like I said, I mean, this is what we're looking at playing against, right? The dude's averaged 20 points per game on 250 games. You know what you got to do for that? You got to win a lot, and you got to be in a lot of the games that you even lose as well. So for them to average 20 and score 9, that's pretty defensive, I must say. And again, 67th in the world. This is why I like the 3-3 program too. It gives a little bit of receipts to like the people we play against and like their credibility a tad bit. Now, this was a great game as well, as far as like showing you me involved on defense. And this was all tonight. I was actually going to make this video anyway with like different footage that I had, but I just felt like this was like cooler and better for me to show you as far as like me actually being against some comp players and comp teams. Now, they are like silver banners, to be fair, but truth be told, I think you'll see when we get in here that the movement of like the guard kind of spells that he is like pretty good. So just take my word for it. It at least feels like it, as far as like them being competent and like potent as far as their offensive like game. And their lock wasn't shooting the greatest. I didn't even notice that until now, to be real with you. But then the other unfortunate thing about this is that it's like everybody's wearing black. I hate when these program teams are doing this, and it's honestly the one thing that I really hate about as far as like playing in here is that dudes just be wearing black at home. That's not okay to do, fellas. Stop doing this garbage. Anyway, really good switches by everybody right there. I really have to highlight this real quick. It's actually insane to do this on the inbound as well as everybody did right here. And Tristan, again, kind of a noob to like 2K, not really like in this stuff too often, as you can see, able to find the lock while also I take away the left right there because Bonnie is not on that side. So I find the side that Bonnie was closer to and just let him play that. Great, adjustments for everybody right there. So anyway, guard's gonna be trying to fade right here. Nothing doing. They have to resort to the mash from the lock right here because they're running out of time. Don't get anything to go because Tristan's walling up. And then Bonnie's just gonna hit me for a little reset. But we're gonna try and find a couple of 3-point opportunities right here. I'm gonna go ahead and like hit a little snatch back. They think that I'm gonna go for that drive right there, so everybody falls asleep a little bit. And once again, we're getting Bonnie that 3-pointer. So into the next possession, I'm coming down here on the double press. As you can see, I'm further left, so Bonnie's gonna swing right. It's the same thing we just did on that inbound right there, where he just sees which side I'm on and how much availability I have to play the other one, and that I couldn't reach back to my guy, so we might as well just switch it. Boom. Switch again. Guard gets the forced dribble pickup right there. They're down to 5 seconds once again. Playing the pass backs. Bonnie there for the contest. We get the guard to get a weird animation on the layup, so he misses that. But now we got to adjust back again. Boom. Everybody finds their guy once again. I'm up. Bonnie's low. Now Bonnie's high. Now I'm low. I'm on the big man. I mean, fellas, like, this is stuff we're doing with low defense on the build right here. We're involved on this pick and roll D, and it's looking good. I mean, I do think if you have the right chemistry, if you have the right composition of your team lineup and stuff like that, I think it really can come out here and play at an elite level, even if you do only have, let's say, 63 interior D and 60 steal and stuff like that. You don't need those types of ratings to play good D. Realistically, the 82 perim is solid enough as long as I don't get my ankles broken or something like that. And that'll still even happen to lockdowns of 92 and stuff like that as well. So it's not something you always have to be too concerned about. Now right here, once again, I see that the inbound stuff is a little weird, so I go to the left side, let Bonnie get middle. Unfortunately, he makes the shot and just takes the shot in general. It would have looked so good if the dude didn't just, just go crazy and actually just be willing to shoot something like that. But anyway, trying to carve up the lockdown right here, nothing doing, so I was just trying to get Bonnie to wrap up, but they get the reach and foul. once again, set this back up to the top. Bonnie's just going to reset me. And, you know, we're going to be looking for him as well. So on the cut right there, Locke's reaching. I mean, guard's already crashing out. Bro, put his controller down real quick out on the defensive end right there. He's not feeling happy. We get a little inbound, cheeky, like kind of make them take more time and stuff like that, make them even more frustrated. And now, again, the inbounds are so weird on Pro-Am. I cannot stress enough how odd things become with that. But anyway, back into the pick and roll D. I'm low, Bonnie's high. Bonnie's playing the lane like crazy. Making up for me a little bit right there. I can't lie, I wasn't playing great defense. Bonnie's moving around too. Bonnie has been hooping on this game, bro. I cannot lie. It's been pretty insane. But anyway, Bonnie cutting off the right, I'm left. Big man's like, you know, very pop slippable to the corner right there. I'm up, you know, guard's trying to shoot it right there. It's exactly what I was just talking about, where he tries dexing back to Bonnie's side. So check this out, right? Guard tries bopping it back to the right because I'm playing sides D with him. So now when the big goes down for the slip, he's thinking that either Bonnie's going to stay tight and right here, and the big's going to be wide open on the slip, or it's going to be Bonnie playing low on the slip, and then the guard would have had me if he moved to the right like that last guy did Bonnie. But guess what? I know my rules, man. I'm quite the sides D connoisseur. I've been doing this stuff for a long time, and I'm a big fan of doing it. So we're able to get that guard to not get the shot off. Big man ends up having to do some out-of-body nonsense. You know, not everybody's built for that stuff, like coming out here and just being a big man shooting off a dribble or anything like that. So, once again, we got a 13-2 lead. Unfortunately, Tristan fell asleep right here a little bit, left the corner wide open, and they get a 3 off that. So, a little bit unfortunate, you know, but hey, it's whatever. I mean, like I said, the game's pretty much over by this point. Now, I hope you guys do understand what I was getting at with this video. Also, I go for some crazy out-of-body dunk meter right there, but I hope you understand what I was getting at with this video of like showing me involved in the pick and roll defense, and that it really can be done and it's fun. I really do see a future of me trying to play like this even more, because what I've been doing for the most part is playing with 2 pure locks, let them hound people on defense, and just like, you know, I'll be the offensive carry essentially. But I'm not going to say that I really see a future of me playing with a footer and like all these bigs and stuff like that, because I don't really think it's super valuable to have on threes. Look at this switch though. I do say that, but that was a huge play right there. To be fair, we were joking about this. What an awful cut timing from the lock at the same time. Like lock cuts, I gave up pick and roll. So now Tristan off the lock cutting and moving corner to corner, I was ready to rotate to the lock, but Tristan was already down there low because the lock just cut. So I don't know. Tough timing on that. It really was unfortunate for them. But yeah, anyway, I want to get back to my point, and I'll just stay on that. I really do see a future of me playing like this, but I don't know if it's with the bigs, because I just do feel like we can maybe get a little bit more offense out here, I guess. You know, relying on Bonnie as much as we do for offense, he does very well at it for that matter too. But it can get a little bit questionable if they have like 2 elite defenders on me and Bonnie, and then like, you know, their worst defender on the corner spot up as well, essentially. It's just a little bit tough, because for me to go at pure locks is not always the cleanest thing in this game. Like, I still get it done pretty often, but again, not the cleanest thing by any means. Anyway, let's get back to the gameplay as we finish up here. As you can see, Bonnie able to actually gather back up to in front of his matchup right there. That's pretty crazy, really. And then you're going to see the big man, I don't know, just some out-of-body shot. I don't know what the heck they're doing. As you can see, bro's pretty much ready to quit at this point too. So we can go ahead and, you know, skip through the little bit remainder of the video. We do a little give and go with Tristan right there, get back in on the lockdown, and now Tristan also a little bit AFK again. Boom, we get back. Now, I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm trying to like pour it on. Like I really hate like giving up easy buckets or anything like that. Let people, I'm trying to demoralize people. And as you can see, guard trying to fade to the corner. We get the 70% contest, and then we hit the little transition floater, front fade, if you will. But hey, look at that. I mean, I'm recovering right there, and it's gold challenger because I have it +1 as well. And I mean, that's tough too right there for sure. But anyway, once again, guard 1 for 3, couldn't even hardly get shots off. 1 turnover. They resorted to their big man having to shoot a ton of off dribble and just random shots as well. End up trying to, like, you know, I mean, they got 1 free 3-pointer off like Tristan not playing the game. But I mean, besides that, they scored 4 points, bro, and like no threes or anything like that. And we come out here with a 9 for 11 efficiency as well. 0 turnovers, 7 assists on 9 baskets as well. I mean, it's clean, efficient ball. And I feel like I can play defense on elite guards in this game. I don't know. That's just my take on it. And even still be switchable with it too, because I can still box out, I can still rebound, and the 63 interior D and 74 block does not become a problem, if you ask me. And when I load up here in Pro-Am pretty soon, I'm planning to play hash defense, and I feel like I'm going to be switchable in that sense too, where if I'm guarding shooting guards, and they're running a pick and roll with their center, I'm planning to still be able to like switch onto that center and guard him and box him out and rebound with them. So the question is, can you get the job done in this game? And I feel like the answer is yes. That's my true opinion. So I'm gonna just come back to the clips now and kind of like finish up my thoughts here, because we didn't show a ton of off-ball defense, but honestly, it's hard for me. Like, I was in the original video gonna show you guys a full game of me playing off-ball defense, but the thing is, you don't want to spend the entire game as the third defender or the off-ball guy in the corner, if you will, baiting like the whole game. Now, I'll do it very consistently and like find opportunities to do it at a pretty consistent rate, but you don't want to just really just be sitting here spamming like sitting down low like the whole time or anything like that. You want to just find like the opportunities in the game that you can contribute in those settings. And again, like this is hands up D on a 7-4 right here, and I'm getting a 26. Like the 6'10 can get the job done. Builds that don't have elite defense can. They just have to be maybe taller. Truth be told, I mean, let's kind of use this sentiment in like an NBA setting, right? So like, let's use Luka as an example, right? Luka is not a great defender by any means, but where he kind of reigns supreme as a defensive point guard, if you will, is the size. It's easier to go at someone like Trae Young if you just have a size advantage on him, because you can just take advantage of him in that regard. Now, Trae's obviously a little bit faster and shiftier and stuff like that, so it's not exactly as easy to like switch Luka onto a point guard or something like that in some cases, like a Kyrie, for instance. Like, he doesn't keep up with him very well. But the problem is, this ain't Luka either. I'm not just like slow and like, unathletic. The build is 6'10 and moves like a freak of nature. So even though the defensive ratings aren't that good, look at this. Like, Luka ain't doing that. Let's be real. This is like some Giannis stuff right here. And to be doing this with such low defensive ratings is kind of my take and what I'm getting at. Like, size and being 6'6", 6'8", 6'10", stuff like that as a point guard in this game, and having moderate to like, mediocre defense on your build, it feels like you can still play good defense is kind of what I'm getting at here. And in all these clips that you're seeing of me playing off-ball D or on-ball D, whatever the case may be, and the gameplays of like showing against like some actual like comp guards and stuff like that too, I feel like it's well worth just mentioning that. Like, I feel like across all modes and across all people I've ran into, I can guard pretty much everybody I play against, it feels like. So I'm not going to downplay my defense and say that I should just be spotted up in the corner on D and like that's the only thing I can ever do. I don't know. I really do feel like this can get involved and it can get pretty active. So anyway, that's all for video. I hope you all enjoyed. Once again, another 7-4. But if you did enjoy, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on notice, all that good stuff. And like always, try to one to 1,000 likes. If you made it to the end of the video and you want to show support that you did, put defense or put D in the comments. Show support you made all the way through. Again, I'm feeling good. I'm loving this game. I'm loving like just learning and like going to a new style all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I've come out here, I've played so many defensive roles, so many offensive roles and stuff like that. I'm playing Pro-Am now. I'm like really getting into the swing of things. I mean, look at this, bro. I come out here, I see my guards beat on the drive. I drop all the way down, bait it, get back to the corner. We're doing freak stuff on offense. We're doing freak stuff on defense. It's feeling fun. It's feeling good. So, I don't know. Everybody hates this game because they say there's no defense in it. I'm feeling pretty good about the defense, to be real with you. I don't know. That's just my take. And again, that's coming from a guy that doesn't have great defensive ratings on his build. So, anyway, that's all for the vid. I hope you all enjoyed. And on that, take it easy, man. Peace.